Good morning and hello and welcome to Music 100. I'm so glad to be able to meet with you, and I'm glad that you're taking my class. I am Professor Roman Mitchell. The lighting is a little bright in here. I'm fortunate I get good lighting in this room, so I'm sorry it's like flashing all around. I got lights going on too. First things first, we are in COVID setting, so at this time we are not going to be meeting on a regular schedule. Weekly or daily. However, you will have assignments that you have to complete at a specified time, and in all your assignments I will put a specified date. You usually have a week or so to do it. Now if you take some time and you look at the syllabus and just get acquainted with some of the things that you may be doing throughout the semester, you'll see that there are some essay papers that will be due much later in the semester, and they're based on a week-to-week schedule. Okay, so I just in this video I would normally have a different talk with you, but because I've seen a lot of emails already concerning when are we meeting, how are we meeting, you can rest assured that you as a student and as a professional person should try to find a designated time that you want to set down for all your classes, you know, a schedule for yourself essentially, because this is an asynchronous class. Asynchronous means, ladies and gentlemen, that there is no defined meeting time for regular lectures. So this is how your lectures will be. I will be here with you, entertaining. And you see I have my green screen. As we move on, it's going to change, and I'll start doing a little work with the green screen. If the software allows me to. I have software that will take care of this. But I thought for the first day, because there is something up, it's on the welcome page. And on the welcome page, it tells you where to go, which goes to discussion. And when you go in discussion, all you're going to do is tell me a little bit something about yourself. And in addition to that, you're going to also get into letting me know what music is to you. And try not to overthink it. It just means, how is music important to your life? One of the first things that we will have to do as a class is start to work on definitions, have an understanding. And also, if you look under course content, that's where I'll put all your paper information. So data that may be due tomorrow, next week, further explanations. I'm also going to have another section, I think, I haven't decided the name, but it's going to be a database of important tools. So I got to come up with a nice name that's catchy, and if somebody comes up with one, you can email it to me. And that's where you'll have a composite of all the necessary tools that you may need or may need to have access throughout the semester. And again, it will not vanish or disappear over the course of the semester. It will be open, just like the syllabus is open throughout. And certain assignments will be open throughout, but other ones will be synchronous. So your testing is synchronized, and your quizzes are synchronized, and certain essential papers will be synchronized, but your meeting with me will not be. So what I will be doing is providing you with videos, also weekly writing assignments or reading assignments, and I'll put those things again in hopefully a location that makes sense for you. And also I'll always provide you a video. So in this first little project that you have to do, tell me a little about yourself. You know, what's your major? How you can also mention how COVID is, you know, changing your learning experience. I know we only have a little bit of space to do all this in, ladies and gentlemen, but have a little fun. I mentioned 100 to 250 words. If the software allows you to go beyond that, feel free to say as much as you like. Right now, I'm not really judging anything, meaning I'm not grading, but there is 5 points awarded for this little effort. And I want you to be victorious in your effort. So do take some time to look at that homework assignment. I believe you have until the 10th. One other class, they have till the 11th because they actually start on Thursday. So be aware of those things. And, you know, try not to inundate me with emails right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I have more students than I've ever had since I've been teaching at this institution, and I know it's due to COVID, and I know you have concerns. But what I will do, however, is when I see a pattern, like now, I will come online and I will give you a statement in video. And I believe that videos are probably better for you because then you can watch them over and over again and you don't have to worry about trying to discern what is he saying, what does he mean. You can hear me and I'll, speak in plain layman terms so that you have a basic understanding of what we're discussing. Also, some of you, a couple of you have mentioned that you haven't done MLA or anything like that. There's a website, Al Purdue, and again, I'll provide you some links, but you can start to inform yourself. You can also use Google search, Siri, or I don't know what the other one is, but you can use any of those search engines to just ask a question. And since we're in Corvid and you'll be at home and you're not on a schedule, you could take some time to start doing research and preparing yourself in advance for how to proceed with paperwork, with MLA, certain style guides, or with certain information. By the way, I have the textbook. I had it, right here it is. I have the textbook. Okay, what's that? Oh, it's taping. Okay, so the textbook. Can you see it? It looks upside down. Hopefully it looks the right way, but it's on the syllabus, I believe. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an OER class, so the textbook is not required. If you need the textbook, I know the textbook is in the school's library, and I don't know if they're going to be allowing you guys access or how they're going to allow you access to the library. But at this time, there are some copies in the library. Secondly, remember, it's not required. If you are really struggling with the terms, because that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. I've been able from last semester and previous semesters to actually compile things. So we'll be using databases other than what the school has. We'll use YouTube, and we'll look at artists, and we'll get the perspective of native people, because this is a world music class, so we will be going around the world. We cannot only look at Beyonce, Jay-Z, Ghetto, Ratchet, Fabulous, the young lady who does that song, Cardi B, and the rest of them, which may be your favorites, but we're going to look at how we arrived to the point of these wonderful artists. So we need to go back. We need to go back to Duke Ellington, the grandfather of American classical music. We need to look at Bach, known as one of the great purveyors of composition. So we'll go around the world and we'll look at the balalaika instruments from particular places. And some of the databases that I will provide for you online, in addition to my own writings as a background as an artist, so I don't need a lot of these things. I've lived them, I've experienced it. My background's in jazz history and research. I have a master's degree in research from Rutgers, and I studied at the conservatory in California, Dominican University. So I have a great understanding in about 30, 40 years of concert performances, even today. So I totally understand a great deal of this information. I've been teaching this class since 2005. So I'm going to try to make it as engaging and as interesting as possible. But I need a little help, and that help can come from you. You can find other resources, and when you're writing your papers and telling me your discourse about what you found, what you like, what you found uninteresting, you can provide those in your write-ups, and I believe Blackboard would allow you to open up things where you can provide links, if not the actual website, okay? So be aware, I can't post information from the book because the book is copyright protected. So we're going to be using OER. That means online educational resources. So I will provide you with databases of information and probably give you a little assignment. Your assignment section in the menu, usually you'll see the menu. I'll do another video on the menu maybe, but I'm going to discuss it here. So in your menu you have the welcome, you have your syllabus, and many of you have already gone there, so you're aware of menus and how they work. Keep that in mind, because as we progress, I will start to upload the assignments, and those assignments will really, ladies and gentlemen, hear this part, be the assignments that you see in your syllabus. So I don't need you right now to run off and complete the assignments per se. However, if you want to start thinking about what your thesis statement for your further out essay, or if you want to start doing research on the middle passage, you can start those things now. And in the process of writing on them, you can just gather your data and save it. Do not try to submit. I will open up a section called assignments, and it will give you deadlines. We will also, ladies and gentlemen, use the system called, I think it's SafeAssign. And we want to get your plagiarism count down. My best advice for plagiarism, and I've helped a lot of students with this, some of you will resist and you'll be sanctioned. The software is very clever. You have to use your own words. And I would tell you that. I would tell you, don't give me a definition. A definition is verbatim, word by word by word. Put it in your own words. When you put things in your own words, it increases your knowledge of what you're actually saying. And it just helps you to avoid plagiarism. And we will talk in great detail about citations. Due to my background, I make sure students know how to cite their sources properly. Please, ladies and gentlemen, avoid the trap of trying to compare and contrast the teachings we have here with the teachings you have in another class. They may ask you for something else. I will always do it specifically where it will be verifiable and certifiable through other organizations such as the MLA.com, Modern Markup Language.com, Purdue, and other websites. And remember, we're going to be doing mainly MLA here. I think it's very important for people at the ground level to start with a good foundation. So this was a little longer than expected. Most of the videos that I prepare for you, because I know you guys are busy, you know, you gotta, some of you have working families, you're working people, so I will try to keep these videos 6 to 15 minutes or shorter. We don't need to do a whole lot of discussions when I'm going to provide it in writing as well. So the videos will kind of set you up for what you need to do in the future, and then you'll have writings to kind of hold you over and to redirect you to certain places in Blackboard in which you can submit your assignments and your work. And any questions you have my email, rmitchell@mec.com. Please, in the message section, don't leave it blank. If you have a question, that's wonderful. But what I would prefer to see there is your section number. You'll see, if you look at your Blackboard data, you'll see Music 100. You'll see a number after that, 049019 OSK1 or whatever those numbers are. That's very important. That's our housekeeping. So when you send me an email, make sure you include that so I'll know which group or which class you're a part of. So I'm not just getting a random individual person writing me something. I go, well, who is this person and what class are they in? You make it really complex for professors to find out who you are, especially since we've increased. I do hope I didn't talk too fast for you all, because sometimes I do get to talking really fast. But that's not the goal. The goal is to be informative. So you can always watch parts of this again if you like. But if you understand what I'm saying, then you can be patient. There is an assignment up there that will keep you busy for about 2 weeks. It's just telling, you know, what is music to you and a little introduction to yourself. And it's in the discussion. I'm going to change that to discussion board so you know that that's where we'll be going to interact with one another online. So again, this is 12 minutes in. Welcome to Music 100. I'm Professor Mitchell, your instructor, and I'm sorry that I can't meet you in person as customarily we do, but we are in Corvid and we want to put safety first. So being that that is the case, we are asynchronous, which means you do not have a meeting time. And this is just a recap from earlier. You do not have a meeting time, but your testing and certain assignments will have deadlines. But I implore you to make a schedule for yourself. I'm going to make a schedule for myself. It's 8 in the morning. Generally, I will be up probably around this time because it's fresh. It's you're you know, as a person who's in front of cameras, I understand your eyes and everything have to be alive. And so you don't want to look necessarily tired when you're kind of presenting these things. But my eyes are squiggly. I can see it because I'm in discussion board, photo booth in Apple, and I'm saying this for you for a reason, so that you can actually employ these tools that you have available to you to create short videos. I would, in some cases, you know, it may be easier for you to make a short video, and I'll try to find a way to make it so that you can upload it if you have a question just for me, like a question about your homework or something. That maybe writing is a bit tedious and it becomes this long, elaborate thing where you could just say 5 words and I get what you're saying. So be well, and the next time I'll come on will be sometime next week with more discussion on what is music. So first we're going to find out what your perspective of music is to you, and then we're going to define music, and then we're going to start to work within that realm throughout the rest of the semester. So do have a wonderful day. If you have more questions, you can always email me. Remember, I don't want to be inundated, so try to sort it out. Try not to go so far ahead that it confuses you. I know people are very excited about learning and being in the process, but remember, we're in Corvid and we're having flexible grading. That's why I put the grading part up. They haven't changed that as of yet, but I think as long as we're in Corvid, that's the policy. So I want you to be informed of the policies, and I will always provide links to things that I believe are very important and important to your success, not only in this class, but as a student at the college, okay? So again, it's a pleasure to meet you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to whenever you decide to get on this and watch this video. Take care of yourselves until the next conference or your next homework or assignment. Ciao for now.